Hello everyone, this is Anupender from Superwits Academy and welcome back to today's live. In this particular video, I'll be discussing about the common error which people are facing these days while setting up the Cloudsim Simulation Toolkit using Eclipse IDE. Actually, there have been certain changes to the project management in Eclipse IDE since the release of since the first release of 2020, and they have added one new feature which is going to give the enough independence to the programmer so that they can manage the modules which can be uh, you know uh, which can be helping them to manage their project in a very well manner when they are going to import them to the further extensions. So here is the demonstration. I'll just show you what exactly happens when you start as a beginner and how that error occurs on your machine. So let me take you to my screen directly. So here we are on the project page of the Cloudsim, and in my previous videos, I've already told you that we have a couple of releases. This particular demo I'm going to show you by using 3.0.3 version, and very specifically, if I tell you, the asset which I'm going to use from this particular version is Cloudsim 3.0.3.zip, which is of 13.1 MB. Now, why I'm demonstrating on this, because there is a course which I have published on superwitsacademy.online, and that course demonstrate the installation using the same zip file, right? And this version is the uh, first version which was stable in terms of a worldwide distribution to all the fellow researchers, right? So most of the people are using this version, and if they have very specific reason to go to 4.0, if they are working on container based thing, and right now there is a pre-release of 5.0 version uh, whose installation I have already displayed in the video which I published 2 days ago. So if you want to go through those things, you can go and check my previous lives. So here, this particular file, once you download, it is something like this. I've already downloaded prior to this particular live. So this is the zip. I unzipped as two different folders because I just wanted to demo you that how this happens, and I've already downloaded the Eclipse, which is version 2020 hyphen 12, I believe. So let me open this Eclipse for you. So I'm just opening up. So once you have this particular version, so it is asking you for the workspace. So I've already given it. So I'm launching that particular workspace for you. So we know that we have this particular zip file which I downloaded from the core project page of the Cloudsim, which is the portal, which is basically a project from the Cloud Bus managed by Dr. Rajkumar Bhaiya, and I just simply extracted it directly, right? And that extraction is in these two folders individually. So this is the folder I'm going to use for the demo purpose. And once you open this particular folder, you can find these set of files in this. In fact, it has a POM file. If you want to go and set up it as a Maven import, Maven project import, you can do that as well. But I'm demonstrating it on the similar line as I've explained in my course. So I'm just copying the I just copied the particular path. I'm going back to the Eclipse, right? So here we are in Eclipse. This is the version 2020-12. So I'm going to new, and from new, I'm going to go into the project. Then here I can give Cloudsim live demo. That's the name which I've given because I know I have a already existing project which whose path I have already copied. So we can see the path is being drawing us to the same place. Then I click on next, right? Once you go to next, what you can see is that it lists out all the project folders. It lists out all the libraries. You want to add external library of common math over here, you can do that. If you want to do it later on, I can demonstrate you that as well. So I'm doing it at the later part so that in case if you miss to add any external there, you should know that how it has been done. So I'm just clicking on finish. Right now, this is the additional thing which 2020-12 version of Eclipse IDE has started asking you. Right. So it says new module info dot java, create module info dot java, and discourage module name by convention. And so they have just given you some information. Whenever you find this particular wizard open, you should always click on do not create. This is one thing which you should be taking care of while setting up your new project. So right now I'm not going to do not create. I'm just going to click on create and show you what exactly happens when you simply click on create by not at all giving any thought on this particular visit. So I just simply click on create. It will take some time because it has to scan all the folders and packages, right? It depends upon your system configuration that how much time it is going to take. So by default, it has created a module info file, and it is actually giving you the particular set of uh, all the packages which have been listed into this particular file. So right now the build process is happening. Right, you can see the build is happening right now, and it is trying to copy all the specified folders as a class compiled output, right? Which is basically an intermediate code for any of the Java project, right? So once you click on any of the file, right, you can see it has started showing us some issue. It says the particular package has a conflict with the packages accessible through another module, another module which is cloud example, right? Cloud.example. So just to show you, every individual beginner who is going to take care of this particular setup and they start to run this particular file, they just encounter this particular wizard which says error exists, and when they try to proceed, they can find this kind of error which says exception in the thread main. And this is the typical error which you get if you create your module info file. And this typical error says that the particular main thread is unresolved compilation problem, and you can see that there are a number of files which cannot be resolved over here, which are present inside your example, right? So this is something, a kind of weird problem which you get into if you are creating the module info file. Now there is a alibi for this, because the module info is actually created inside of the project. So if you go and click on the module info, this is just an alibi which I doesn't recommend right now. So if you just simply go and remove these two lines, and then you go back to your example and try to execute it, it somehow will no, allow you to have should allow you to have some output corresponding to your work, because we have changed the module info that requires to build the complete project again, right? Because the particular modules we have included into this particular system. So it will take some time. It again depends upon your system's configuration, because right now we already build it, so it will first clean up the project and then it do the copy and pasting. So that's the one thing which is happening. And once you get to here, now why this is still showing us some error, because we have not included the common maths library, right, which is actually showing the error over this particular place. So I'll demonstrate you that as well, how you can add the external jar. Now by just commenting these two lines, you are able to execute that particular project. Okay. And why this happened? Because the conflict was happening in terms of the modules that are supposed to be included, because the jar is also available in this particular project, and you're also creating your own module exports. So this is why the conflict was happening. So this is first solution which you can use. uh, and the second solution is that you do not create the module info file. Now it comes to the error which we were facing because of this particular math util. That was because we have not added the external jar. So you go to the project root, you go to the properties, you go to the build path, and then you go inside the libraries, you choose the module path, and then you click on add external jar. So once you go to add external jar, you can get this common math 3 jar, which I've already downloaded previously, right? And once I add it and apply and close, you can see a build process has started appearing again on the console side. So this is one another way of adding the external jar to this particular project configuration. So next thing which comes in the picture is, from where did I get the common jar? I've already explained in my uh, course video, where I'm trying to set up this particular project of Cloudsim using Eclipse IDE. If you are not aware, you can simply go to this particular Google search. Let's say I'm going to just simply write common jar Apache common math jar. Once you get to this, you can get to this Commons Math Apache Common Mathematic Library. Once you are on this particular project page, you will be able to get the particular releases, right? And I recommend you to have this release of 3.6 3.6.1. So here is the binary zip. You can just simply go and click on this, right? And once you have this particular library with your uh, system, you can go and open that particular zip file. And here we have this commons math 3 3.6.1 dot jar, right? So you extract this jar and you bring it to your project, and you will be able to have these things working around for you. So let me take you to the other section again, so you can have your examples one, and you can start working on your project, right? So this is what you get. I think the jar was not recognized. We have added the jar, still we are getting the error. So what error we have? We have another error that is over here. So maybe I just go to project, clean the project. Now, why did I clean this? So that the previous intermediate code, which was being compiled as .class files, that should be removed. And once we do that and rebuild the project again, because once I run any example, it will start the rebuild. So you can see the build is happening again. So this is what is the beauty of IDE. So you need not to take care of any type of project management related things. That's it. The IDE itself build the code for you, and then it executes the code on this machine through JVM and JRE. And again, just to reiterate, that the build time depends upon your machine, that what is the configuration your machine is getting. All right, so still there is an error, so might be some glitch in the project. So anyways, now you know that what is the alibi that you can do in case if you find any kind of error due to the module info .java file which has been generated. So now what I do is I just simply close the project just to show you the right way to do it, and then I click on delete. And once I try to delete it, it asks me that do you want to delete the content from the disk. I say yes, and you can see the project which is here, the error demo, that is going to get deleted. And I'm going to use now another folder which I've already extracted from the same zip file, and I renamed it to Cloudsim. Now I come back to the to the Eclipse IDE. I go to Java project again. I click on Cloud Sim correct way to set up. Then I am going to uncheck the default location. I'm going to browse again to see that we are on the same location where we should be, right? And then we click on next. Okay. So here at libraries, you can add the external jar, so that we have added over here. The external jar should come to the class path, right? And we click on finish. Now it again asks us to create the create the module info, right? And I just simply click on do not create, right? So once I do that, I simply get my project folder over here. Now what I can do is I can go to my Cloudsim example one. I can click on this particular, run this particular example. You can see the build process is happening right now because this is the first time I'm using this particular project. And within the JRE, you can see what other system libraries that have been added to this particular project. And the build is going to take some time. Okay, so the build is over, and you can see the project has been executed without any issue. Okay, and this is what is the simplest way to do your Cloudsim setup inside of the system. Same we can see in another project options, another example options as well. So you can simply click on the example. You can see this is happening over here. So for same IQRMMC again, we can just run this particular project, and we have initialized, and the output has started appearing on the console. So this is the example which is going to take a lengthy execution process. So I'm just going to stop it and clear it. Now there is one more thing I want to mention over here. Sometime what happens is that you may have a different version of Java runtimes installed on your machine, and by default, whatever the project release contains, the JDK is being used. Sometimes it doesn't happens in a default way. So if that is the case, then you should go to the project properties, as I just clicked on the project root, and then went to the properties, and just come on this particular option of this particular wizard is Java compiler. Now, by default, this is not enabled. You can click on enable project specific settings, and then you can change the version of your Java in this particular list. So in case if you have, if you are not able to resolve your error after doing all the troubleshooting which I have shown you right now, you can simply come to this particular place and click on 1.8 version, and apply and close. And once you do that, again the project rebuild is going to happen, right? And the project can be executed without any issues. So let me see. I am sure this is going to work for us, but still, you never know. Sometimes you get embarrassing moments on on the YouTube live, which I actually encountered in my, I think, in my life, which was which I was doing for setup of the version 5.0. So once I do this, once the build is happening, in case if you have any kind of queries regarding today's live, you are feel free to put it in comment section. And do make sure if you are on Facebook, just write your name so that I should be able to call you by name, because otherwise it shows me the Facebook user. Okay, so it is still building. It takes some time. So let me see if it executes well for us. Yeah, great. So it is executing for us. So you can also specify the Java version that you have on your machine installed. So maybe if you have multiple versions from different you know, installers, so this is how you can actually change the version, and then things will work for you. So that is it for today's live. I've already no, wa- received a lot of requests corresponding to this. So this is the reason I've created today's YouTube live, and I hope this live will help you to do your initial beginners hustle with the Cloudsim Simulation Toolkit a bit easier in terms of getting started with your research work. So that is, I think, uh, what is the right way to start, because until unless you are not getting things working quickly in your initial period, it is quite discouraging for the people uh, with respect to their work. So that is what is there for your particular requested problem. So Gopal has commented. So hi Gopal, thanks for supporting our work. It's really good to see your videos on Cloudsim as well. So it's really great work you have done in your videos. You have mentioned a request that I want to see next video about network module. So I'll try to include that in upcoming lives. Right now, my specific intention is to clear out the common problems that I'm getting right now, so that whenever I get call corresponding to it, I just refer to that particular video so that people can go and watch it without any issue. So definitely, I noted your request, and I'll definitely come back to you with this particular no, basic demonstration or basic introduction on the network module. So I think that's it for this particular video, and thank you very much for all the support which you guys are giving us for preparing the content on the CloudSim. I look forward to your queries. You can put those queries into the comment section. I'll go through the comment. I reply to you if it is possible over there. If it requires some kind of YouTube live or some kind of video demonstration which is to be uploaded separately, I'll do that for you in the upcoming days. I'm trying to be regular with these lives, so let me know if you like these kind of live videos where I'm responding to the problems which people are facing, and it will be encouraging for me as well. And I'm open for the feedback. If you have any kind of suggestions that how I should be making these videos in a in specific format, I can do that for you as well. So thanks a lot for watching. See you in the next live.